Thank you. Hi everyone. Ah, Jesus. Hello everyone. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, can you guys hear me? Please respond if
Yes,
you
we
can
can
hear
hear
me.
you.
Yes, we can
Okay,
hear
Yes, we
you.
thank
can hear
you
you.
for it. Okay. How are we all doing?
I
Hope
am
our
fine.
week went well. Mr. Blessing, how are you doing? Hello, Mr.
I'm fine,
Blessing,
man.
are you here? Okay,
Yes,
how
ma. I'm
is
fine, man.
school?
Ah, bless God, I appreciate.
And how is your progress going? I hope it's going fine. I hope it's going smooth. Hello, Mr. Blessing, can you hear me?
Yes, ma. I can hear you, ma.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay, so welcome to another session of the Mentorship 2.0 program. And for today's session, we're going to be looking at plagiarism and how to avoid it, and structure of thesis and chapter 4. And for this session, Mr. Ibisomi Temitope will be handling this session, while Ms. Blessing Atta will also be saying one or two from the management aspects. So, Mr. Ibisomi Tope, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I
Mr.
can
Top.
hear you.
Okay, all right. So, hey, please don't disgrace me, Jesus. Hey, Chimo, Chukunadimo. Okay, Mr. Tope Ibisomi is a graduate of FUTA. He is an early career researcher with expertise in both experimental and computational approaches. Mr. Ibisomi Tope has worked and is still in connection with world-renowned researchers around the globe, and he has multiple publications to his name. So please, Mr. Tope, the stage is yours.
Oh, thank you very much for the introduction. Good day, everybody. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. How are you all doing?
We are
Wow.
fine. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So today I'll be taking you guys on the next class. So let me share my screen so that we can start. Yeah, so can we all see my screen?
No.
No.
What about now?
Okay, I think I can see it. You are sharing my face.
Yeah. So so the topic of today is crafting a.
Who's laughing there?
What's going on now? Let's be professional. Who is that one?
Please, can you mute yourself?
So, the topic of today is crafting a compelling thesis, methodological approach to reporting research finding, and how to avoid plagiarism. So, a thesis represents the combination of extensive research reflecting not only finding but also the researcher ability to articulate and
Mr. Tope,
present those. Hello, yeah.
please, can you go back to the first page?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So in our research, uh, you'll be able to articulate and present your research very well. It's also as important as you doing the research in the lab. Uh, Research communication is very important because what's the essence of you working in the lab, spending a lot of money, reagents, and chemicals, a lot of working hour, and for you not to be able to present your results very well. So, research findings holds immense value and they must be communicated effectively to have an impact. So people reading your research must be able to understand it. You must be able to the target audience must be able to access it too, and it must be clear. So the last one, the clarity and methodological approach in reporting research findings are crucial for ensuring that the thesis is not only comprehensive but also credible and impactful. The next one is organizing a research findings. So the first one is compliance to standards. So different schools have their own standards. If different schools have their own standard, then in school different departments has their own standard too. So we are going to go through some examples to look at it. Okay, for example, in citing reference in footer now, the footer use APA upper style, while I think covenant use Harvard style and so on. So regardless of the nature of work you did, regardless of how novel your work is or how great your work is, if you don't present it according to the standard of that department, it's still zero. Regardless of how much you spend on it, they won't regard it at all. So if you're looking at some standards today, I think I have our template of MCB department for footer. Then okay, how you can get the standard? The best way to get the standard is to communicate with your supervisor to give you some prototype on it, or your seniors, those ones they've graduated before you, immediate set. So you can ask them for it too. Then your research finding must align with the research question or hypothesis you are trying to work towards. Your research findings must be in alignment with your aim and objective of your project. Project. So, directly addressing each research question or hypothesis in the results section, group results, related results together. So, so let's check. Let me let's go to let's go to this is one of the standard they use in footer. So, for example, this department now, this is how they present their own results. There are some departments in which they have their chapter 4 as result and discussion, while some has their own as only result. You can see here now it's only result 4.0, while some department has their own with result and discussions together. So so here's a slide. So using sub heading for clarity. I think that word is straightforward, so that you won't bombard your audience or the person reading your work with a lot of information that does not have headings, or they won't be able to trace the main point of the work. And also your heading must also be in alignment or be related to the aim and objective of your work. You must be able to cover the aim and objective of your work in the chapter 4. You must be able to present results that will cover them all. So using that subheading enhance readability and organization, it helps reader follow the flow of information. We are still going to talk about the flow too. Presenting results in a logical way. There are different ways in which we can present results or academic finding or research finding. So the first one is chronological order. Can we all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So the chronological order presents results in order they were obtained. Okay, for example, if you want to work on maybe antibiotic profiling of an organism now. So the chronological order is you identify the sample you want to use or sample area you want to use. Then you collect your sample, you populate, you isolate in that order. So another method is methodological order. Methodological order is you are presenting your order according to the way you carry it out in the lab, the method you use, the order of the method you use. Okay, for example, in this order now, you can start with a method that maybe is number 4. You must start with method that is number one, the result from the method number one in that order. Then the last one we have thematic order. Thematic order is not very important in undergraduate research, and there's some situation whereby you combine both chronological order and methodological orders together. Let's check this one also to see the order. So this one also is more like a combination of both order. So first start with the person collected the plant sample, he extracted the plant. Then the next one is collected the sample for, sorry, hold on. So he collected the sample for the food in which the person worked on and assessed the microbial load on it. Then move on to another way to check. If we check the table of contents, we're able to see the other very well. Okay, I think it's better now. From the extract to bacterial analysis to total bacterial loads to morphological bacterial and biochemical tests to assessing the distribution of those isolates to antibiotic sensitivity tests. So in this type of order now, it won't make sense if the person starts with maybe antibiotic sensitivity text without discussing the trend towards it. How do you get your organism that are able to arrive at the result? The result won't be able to make much sense. And another one is the person reading the result won't be able to comprehend it very well. And okay, there's a situation whereby a layman or the person that is not familiar with research presentation take your work and want to go through it and see the result of your work, they won't be able to understand the trend on how you come across that particular result. So the next one, okay, I said that thematic order, group result by themes or pattern. So this one is okay for mainly for engineering or uh programmers. That's on way maybe you are doing graphics design or web design or backend developer, you was able to group according to those patterns. But the most important one for undergraduate research, especially for biomedical research, is those fixture. So then we have our research database tools that we use. So I think Mr. Chris has talks on the database. We have different database. We have Google Scholar. Will be touching some to today. We have Google Scholar. We have Scopus and so on. Then survey. We have Google Form. We have Survey Monkey. I think someone in the previous class said is working on public health project. So that public health project, the person might have used Google Form. So we also have, so for those that doesn't know Google Form is you can easily access it online. Just search for Google Form. Then just open account. If you have Google account, you don't need to open account again. Then you fill in the information you want to get from your sample or your target sample. Then we have data management tools. We have Excel. We are going to touch Excel, maybe SPS, and maybe R today too. So for the quantitative analysis, we have SPSS2, we have Stata, we have SAX, we have Excel, we have Python, we have R programming language. And for quantitative, we have Atlas. These are mainly for those guys in same set engineering. Then for presentation tools, we have PowerPoint tables and charts. So let's maybe we should start with Excel. Or do we all know how to present results in Excel? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so for example, in Excel, you can present your results using different different chart method. You can use pie chart, bar chart, and so on. And also in using those presentation tools or methods, each department or each school has their own format, the way they format it too. So we're going through one of the formats today. So let's see antimicrobial test results. So maybe the person run antimicrobial test. So the person saw maybe a resistant, maybe 60 out of it. Then susceptible, maybe susceptible, so 90 out of it. So there are different ways you can present your results. So another important of using this method is that instead of presenting it to table, we are still going to talk about how to format tables. So this will make your work very interactive. People will be able to see it very well. You can use pie charts. So this one, if you want to format it, you click on this plus sign here. So you can add label. Most school does not use legend, while some use I think footer used to use, yeah. So you can add this one, then the chart title, some don't. If you want to remove it, then if you want to change the color, this place chart side, then you see the color here. Any color you want to use, any color you want to use. So that's that. So let's see if we can plot graph with this one, but I doubt it. Maybe I will check for another result that we can use to plot graph to show us. So there are different ways you can plot graph also. Okay, let me just pick this one. Okay, you can plot graph with this one, but let me increase the results. Okay. So maybe this one we have 80, 87. It's 33, 10. So if you want to move anything on any part of it, just click, then you move it to any part you want to move it to. Then the next thing is for you to label those axes. We have white and x-axis, just click on it. Then for most research presentation, or for mainly for undergraduate work, you don't need grid line. You move the grid line from there. Then you label those parts. Then depending on your you can add the rubber depending on your department standard. So that's how to use that. Then let's see if you can present it in another way. Okay, you can use bar. So you can use bar also. And then say where to format. Then if you want to change color here, if you want to remove title or add title, so here you remove it. Then for color too. So here. So do you understand?
We can hear you. Just go
Hello.
ahead, sir.
Okay, all right. So I said I will just be picking some from there. So let's go to the use of SPSS and our tutorial for all these things. If you really want to learn, they are online. You can easily get those tutorial online to teach yourself how to, even regardless whether you want to use for a project or not, it still be of great advantage for you later on. Um, yeah, so let's go to the SPSS part. So yeah, I think the person that did that public it, almost everybody will use this expresses or analysis. So I got one data for to explain that part. So okay, for example, if after going out and collecting your survey, you have the results. Norms, the result they will give you is whether, okay, let me read this part. When ill, are you allowed to go to see doctor without the complaint of adult? So is the result is either yes or no. Then after you get the results, maybe from Google Form, the next thing is to examine it. After you examine it, you perform quality control on it. Then part of the quality control is for you to be able to convert the results to uh, the type of results you'll be able to analyze, or the type of or convert it to a digital result. So you can change the yes. There are faster way to do it, but I think for your own level, you can just use Control H, change all the years to one, replace all. Then same thing with you can no for zero, and so on. So so we've cleaned data now. I've cleaned this one before. So we have 101. One miss yes, why zero miss no. And we are still going to add those meaning to our spaces too, so that in case you want to interpret our result, it will be very convenient for us. You won't be looking for what does one mean, what does zero mean. So let's go to that part. So after getting your data, you just it might bring some sensitive data. Let me just stop sharing the good there. Then I'll just give me some few minutes. Like, so okay, workshop data is zero. Okay, good. So let's go. Can you all see my screen now? Hello.
It's not showing yet. I can only see your face.
Mm. So what about now?
Yeah, better.
Okay. So to import the results, you just click here, then you locate the file. Wherever you click on that, and then you locate the file. So I was saying the other time that for us to be able to know which one one means, which one zero means, so that after the result you don't start looking for that, or in such a way that, or in a situation where you want to give the result to the person that is not familiar with it, so they're able to interpret it very well. So to add that part, you just click on value, then one, just label one as yes, label one as yes, then add it. Same thing with zero, label it as no, then add it. So you can do the same thing for everything. So that then you can, so there are different analysis you can run on it. You can also use uh graph pad for your analysis and presentation too. But the graph pad I have here, I haven't logged in the license on it. The one with license on, that device. So there's different analysis you want to carry out depending on your aim and objective. If you just want to know the frequency of those people that say yes or no, those people who um that say yes or no, or you can use, or you can just go to analysis, descriptive frequency. You can get the frequency there. Yeah, you can just, yeah, you can get the frequency there. Then you can set maybe mean value or standard value. Then if you want to get chart from it, you can plot any chart. Those pie chart and bar chart you plot from Excel. You can also do the same thing from here too. Different style. If you want to perform a bootstrapping, so it's also a part of analysis. Then descriptive analysis too. Cross stop analysis. Maybe if you want to relate the results to maybe um you carry a social demographic graphic analysis now. That one means that you analyze different type of people, age, ethnic group in that place. So you want to relate the result to your to the result you got on your Google form. You can use cross tab to also relate it. So to be able to see whether it's only Muslim that say yes, or it's only Christian that say yes, or it's only um maybe outside that say yes, or Igbo, different ethnic group, or which particular age group responded to your result or give you this particular result. You can also just compare me also. You can run one way or another test. Or yeah, you can run one way. Sorry, all those prof in Futa, they like all those another tests. So you can just run it for them. Then if maybe you want to do some big boy stuff, you can run the regression analysis. Sorry, if maybe your project is on uh, your project is maybe master and PhD level, and you publicate or you did publicate related work, or you can run regression analysis. Even not only that, so I think one of Dr. Lale Ming students last year master also run regression analysis because she was asking me about how to go about it. How to go about it. So there are different analysis you can learn and to run on it, and for you to learn the it all the resources are online. Say maybe you are lazy to learn, or you don't have time to learn, or you are not interested to learn. All the resources are online for you. So we've touched on that one. So let's see the next one. So I think I said I want to touch R2. Do I still have time? Okay, yeah. So let's go to R. So I think almost all of us did your own programming in undergraduate. So you can also use R to present your results. You can learn it. If you're in biomedical or researcher or in biomedical science field, it's very important for you to learn, regardless of whether you are doing only experimental work. So this is also one example. Let me just run some. I've written the code because of our time, but I will drop the link for you guys. It's from one of the tutorial class I took before. So in case you guys want to access it or learn from it, and where is it? Let me drop the link to. So you guys can use that one. Then depending on the type of result, like this one I only use. I make use of ggplot. Ggplot is also like a graphical representation on R. So there are different. Let me go back to it so that we'll be able to see. Okay. So I think I've run the result before because of our time. So under the results, so you see different way. There are different type of that ggplot is more like a complete package for you. You can plot different type of result or result representation on it. You can use bar charts, you can use scatter plots, you can use value, you can use rigid plots, you can use pie charts, you can use any type of heat map. If you're engineering, you can or biomedical science, they like it map. So if you want to publish on those um hierarchy journal, you must be able to present your results very well with great standard. So that's that. So let's move to the next thing because of our time. So the next one is research findings, interpretation of results. The person taking you guys chapter 4 will be able to cover that, but I just want to touch briefly on it. To interpret your result, there are different ways to interpret it. You can compare your result with literature review to see the gap in research you're able to fill. Also, regardless of whether your result is positive or not, both result are result. Don't say that, okay, maybe because I got negative result now, I'm not going to present it. So it's not like that. Both your positive result and negative results are results, and you can present it too. So implication, you can discuss about the practical and theoretical application of your result. Okay, maybe for example, now you analyze people in maybe Northgate, and you saw that there are high number of people with drug resistance in them. You can talk about the implication of the results in your work, how you can suggest how you think they can reduce it. And also, okay, limitation, acknowledge the limitation in your work to then discuss how this limitation affects the interpretation of your work. One of the limitation, okay, example of limitation is, okay, maybe for example, you only did maybe experimental or basic experimental work. Your work supposed to lead to molecular approach, but because of financial constraint, you are not able to do it. So you can talk about that one. That our future researchers should be able to touch base on that one and make use of that approach. Another limitation is maybe there are different approaches online on how to carry out that particular work. Okay, maybe for example, extraction idea, we have secret extraction method, Doblianga, man of British, so extraction method. Maybe you are able to touch only one of that approach. Then you can talk on the limitation that further research should be able to touch base on the second one or combination of both and see and check for the one that is best out of the two approaches. Then tip for effective presentation, clarity. You must use a simple word. Avoid all those scientific jargons. It doesn't make words very clear and understandable for people. And one of the most key thing you are trying to do is to make your audience follow the work you are presenting. Now, if you are using all those complicated grammar, they won't be able to comprehend or understand or flow with it, or they might easily get tired with it along the way. They constantly maintain a consistent format and use consistent heading, visual aids. So if talk about different visual aids, I've used Excel for you guys. I also show you how to perform visual aid on R. Then the graph parts, you can also use graph parts. I'm not with it here, I will have show you guys. Then there's visualization too on SPSS. Then referencing style. So there are different type of referencing style. So and referencing methods, and there's app. We are still going to get to that app part to use for referencing style. So that's that about the first part of our work. Then let's go to plagiarism. Plagiarism is out of using others' idea, word, or work without proper attribution. It's a serious academic offense for researcher and students. Um, okay, the consequence of it. Okay. You can say that maybe you're undergraduate now. If I do plagiarizing, there's no legal action or who will penalize me on it. It can actually lead to maybe a great penalty if they run analysis on it or if they run plagiarism check on it. But I don't think Futa started in, but I think CU is doing it already. If you submit any work for them, they will run it on turn it, and if it's far below the standard, they will penalize you for it, and they might even reject your work on it. So let's take the plagiarism very serious. Also, then we have different type of plagiarism. So number one is self plagiarism. So you'll be wondering, how can I plagiarize myself, right? So way in which we can plagiarize ourselves is, okay. For example, maybe uh you've published a work before, and you now want to make use of some idea from that work. You now copy and paste directly without paraphrasing or working on it. That's called self plagiarism, or the reuse of one on previous public work. Yeah, it's also considered a form of academic misconduct. It's important to be aware of this and avoid it. So another one is intentional plagiarism. That's very common for we students. We just go online and find paper related to our copy and paste. Bah, copy and paste. They will not check now. Should be useful. They will not check copy and paste. So direct copy and paste, paraphrase, and not crediting. Even if you copy and paste and if you copy and paste the work, I didn't credit the owner or the author, it's still plagiarism. So we call that one cut and paste or batch of plagiarism. So we have another one, unintentional plagiarism. Yeah, unintentional. So in this which maybe paraphrasing or summarizing another work and not crediting the original author to quoting and paraphrasing, or maybe uh, you just write your own thoughts out, but that particular work has been said before. That's unintentional. You wrote it yourself, but you don't know that someone has talked about it before. So that's also one of the important of running plagiarism check on your work before you submit or before you publish the work. So that's continuation. So there are different tools to check for plagiarism. We have paid, we have unpaid. So I will go through free one for you guys. I won't use the tonnage one for you guys. So because you won't be able to access it if you want to use it later. So let's just go through one and see how we can check for plagiarism in our work. So I got one article for you guys that we can use. So we just copy a copy from here. So let's just copy one part. Let's copy this part. So we've copied it. Are we all with me?
Yes.
We
Okay.
are with you, sir. Just go ahead.
All right. So let's go to duplicate checker, and also be careful in using all these free one. Most of them are not as effective as those paid one. So if you know someone that can help you with the paid one, those Tonet and the likes, Grammarly and the like, you can just reach out to them to help you with it. But in the meantime, let's just show you can use all this free one. So we
Paid
have
one.
to play check. We have
There is paid one. Oh. Come with your money.
yeah. You can reach us to you can also reach us to our Mr. Chris. You'll be able to get access to those paid one, which are far more effective than all this one.
It's not
But
free
if you run
access,
this
right?
one, the station
I said it's
okay,
not free
they will have
access,
to
by the way.
eh,
Yes.
yes, because you pay money to get it too, and free things are not usually valued like that. So they have to pay for it too. So so if you click on it, so it's scanning, then there's another one, search engine. I think search engine checker also. Sure, not sure. Well, it's in your presentation. You can easily check their name there, so you can see this one is even before it's only our 6%, 12%. Let's wait for it to finish and see the percentage of plagiarism there. In the meantime, let's check for the next thing because of our time. We come back to view our result. So okay, yeah, we have search engine report. This is the one I was trying to check. So way to avoid plagiarism. The first one is understand and paraphrase. Read what you want to that part you want to use in your work. Read it very well, understand it and rewrite it in your own words. So you write it in your words. Then the next one is use appropriate citation method. So use appropriate citation method. Especially this is also one of the secrets in footer. Most times they don't go through all your work. They only take some particular part of analyze some particular part of it to grade you. One of the most important part of it is citation part. They check whether all your cited work are referenced in your work, whether all the author you listed in your write-up is in your citation. Then another one is citation style. We have different type of citation style. So we have APA, we have MLA, we have there are a ton of them. Maybe I will show you guys some. I will show you guys some. Yeah. Uh, direct quote with quotation mark. This one is not common for undergraduate texts. There are some situations whereby you must copy that particular word directly. So that one you use quotation sign for it to show that it's not your own words. You didn't rewrite it or you didn't paraphrase it directly from the source. So use of citation management tools too. Or maybe I will touch base with Sotero, but I don't know whether there's someone that's going to take you guys on it. Or Mr. Chris, what do you think? Should I just go to Sotero for them? Few minutes.
Yeah, you can just show them the illustration.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's check our results first. Okay, here now we have 76% with plagiarism, and this tool is not a very good tools like that. If you now use a more advanced, you'll be close to maybe 90 or 100% plagiarism on it. And if you are submitting this type of work to maybe a publication, they reject it immediately. If you are submitting it to a school that run plagiarism check, I think Futa Master student to run, but I'm not sure whether MCB Futa undergraduate is running right now. It's been long I person graduated from that school. I graduated from that school, pardon. So that's that. I said I want to show you guys how to use Sotero. So you can add you first download the Sotero app to your system. So I think yeah, there's Sotero app here. So after you download the Sotero app, install it, then download the Sotero extension. You can search online for extension. You add it to your browser. So my own Sotero extension is here. Can we all see the mouse where I'm pointing the mouse? So by the time you add
Yeah.
the Sotero extension to you will see it here. You see on the top part of your listing. Then by the time you install it now, too, it will be added to your Word. It's be added to your. Let me move. How can I? So okay, you can see the Sotero here too. So how to use it when you go to maybe a particular work. Let's just search. Let's use one of the database that Mr. Christopher mentioned. So let's use Google Scholar. Okay. So here, I said there are different reference style. Here are the different reference style we have. So there are a lot of them. This is just example. So let's check the article you want to read or you want to cite. Yeah, I think my tutorial is not open yet. Let me open it. Zero now. Okay, let's wait for it. Okay, yeah, there are different ways to add maybe a reference to your tutorial. You can add it to the link, the DOI link or any link, or simply by adding it to this extension, just click on it. So let's click on it. or maybe you click on it, it's not coming up, or you can use the link to add it. The story is not up yet. Yeah, that. Well, let's see for other people. So by the time you click on this one, okay, it's adding now. It's adding it now. Another way is to use the link. Please use that. Another way to use the link. So just copy the DOI or any link, then you click on here, click on the link, then you add it. So after that, it will be linked directly to your write-up. Okay, for example, if I want to cite any work here now, so I will just go to Sotero, add or edit. So add or edit. Okay, yeah, I mention that different school have their own site station style. So you look for the one your school is using here. You can see the last one I use there is Imperial College London, Harvard. So America, you have AP, you have different. You just search for the one you can also click here. If the one your school want to use is not there, you can click here and add it. So you click OK. Then you can search for maybe the article you just added. If for example, mechanism. So you can see that it has automatic added to my work. Then if you want to cite it at the last part. So if you want to cite it, you want to list the reference out, you just click on add and edit bibliography. So automatically to bring it. It's more easier than you copying and paste. So that's that about that. Let's move to the next thing. So the next one is so we are still on plagiarism, how to avoid plagiarism. So next one is read thoroughly, you understand it and write in your own word. Check your paraphrase. So after you paraphrase, check your paraphrase again, the original to ensure it's sufficient. There are different tools in which we can use to avoid plagiarism. You can use killbots. Maybe you are working on a large data and you don't want to maybe read and paraphrase. You are very lazy. To all students we are losing now. We are looking for a very easy way to go around it. So you can use killbots. Killbot is an AI. So make sure you run AI test after you use killbot. So after you after you open the keyboard, you just copy the part you want to paraphrase. Copy that particular part you want to paraphrase. Then you paste it, then you paraphrase it to give you the result here. I think, yeah. So you can see now from this one, the first one, the original one, start with prostate cancer is the second most. So this second one at 77.8. So it's paraphrase it. So that will also help you to bypass the plagiarism check. So the next one is seek guidance and support. So if you don't know anything, don't be afraid, or maybe people will talk to you, and always ask questions. Always ask your senior, ask any research consult you are affiliated with, ask your supervisor, always ask questions, attend conferences like this, attend workshops like this, and so on. I also think I mentioned that I want to show you how to format results here the other time, but I think let me see, it just comes to me now. So let's quickly go through it. So I said different schools have their own standards, so make sure you use your own standard. You can see here now the way they label the graph, the bar. So it's add error bar to a standard deviation error. There's data value on it, 18.6, 22.4. Listen, then on table 2, there's different way to format table. Okay. I think this is the one most department in Futa use. If you want to get to this place, okay, for example, if you have your own table, let's insert a table here. If you have, where they used to insert table again? Okay, yeah. So if you have a table now here, I want to turn it to that one. So let me copy and paste this one. So what I want to do is I want to reverse engineer it then. Okay. Assuming you have one table like this and you want to format it to that particular, you want to make use of that particular format. So I just highlight the part you want to remove from. So you make use of this one here, the borders here. It's always on your home Word document. Just click on the drop down, then you click on maybe inside, you remove all the border inside. You can remove all the border inside of this one too. Remove all the border inside of this one too. Then you can remove border at the left and right side. Let you remove border from the left and right side. So we have it here. So that's how to format to get to that place. To go to this stage. I think I've taught you guys how to add this legend to it. So that's all. Then by the time you add your results, we still have discussion part, but this one you still have to write a short note on your results. Okay, for example, now the person wrote after the extraction period 70% distinct yield. You just have to write short notes, short interpretation about the result you are presenting in orders to in that order that we listed out the other time. That's that. Let's check for the next thing. So you see guidance, always see guidance, ask question, ask your senior question. The worst thing is for them to reject your so they won't beat you. Always ask question, consult research institute. If you don't know anything, just ask them question. And if you don't know how to present your results very well, you can reach out to research institute, reach out to anybody you're affiliated with to assist you on it. Then in conclusion, maintaining stable in academic integrity and avoid plagiarism in research writing is essential for upholding the credibility of scholarly work, fostering trust in the research community, and ensuring the ethical advancement of our knowledge. So, thank you for listening.
Um, Thank you so much for that for the wonderful lecture. Thank you, Mr. Tope Ibisomi. So our
Thank you,
next
ma.
tutor is going to be Blessing Nata. So she's going to be talking on chapter 3 and chapter 4 of thesis writing from the management aspects. Are you here? Hello, Blessing. Leble. I think she's having a little network issue, so let's just give her a few minutes to come up. Our participants, hope you enjoyed Mr. Stopper's session. Our participant, Mr. Blessing and co. Hope you enjoyed Mr. Stopper's session.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any question?
Ah.
While we are waiting for Miss Blessing to come up, do you have any question? Okay, so what is your question? Hello,
Mr. Blessing, do you have any
Sir.
question?
Mr.
I
Not
think
yet, sir.
Ms. Tolu is also here. And someone is just joining us today. That's Miss, I don't
Miss
know if it is
Deborah.
Miss or Mrs. Deborah. We have gone far. And I believe,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I believe you didn't join us since the first day. So you would definitely get the link to the video. So you can also go through the last, I think last three
Thank you.
classes.
Okay, thanks so much. I will appreciate that.
All right, ma'am. Miss Blessing is around.
Miss Blessing.
Please, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Oh, yeah. It's actually very bad here, like very, very bad. Just in case you cannot hear me, please let me know. Can you hear me very well?
Okay. Yes, we can.
All right. Thank you. I want to share my screen now. Whew. So sorry. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. I hope we are fine.
Good
And
afternoon.
thanks to Mr. Tope for the section he held earlier. Okay, so I'll be so fast with my presentation. We stopped at chapter 2 the last time I presented. So we are going to chapter 3 of how to write thesis as a management student. Because I heard Mr. B.Khrease saying that some people just trained it or something like that. So we've done chapter 1 and chapter 2. So I'll just brush us through how a management student writes thesis. So for chapter 3, we have 3.1 to 3.7, depending on your supervisor. That's just the normal numbers we have, or the normal sub chapters we have under chapter 3. So under 3.1, we have area of study. I'll just be brushing us through how you can do it. Area of study will just show you, you have to tell us the location of where you are experimenting your research. Tell us the location, how the place is, the area, the name of the place, the state, the country. Just give us an in-depth explanation of the location you are experimenting your research on. And 3.2 is talking about research design. We have diverse kinds of research design. We have descriptive, experimental, exploratory, correlational. Sorry. So in this one, you have to tell us what type of research design you want to use and tell us why you are using that. So for somebody that wants to do interview research method, you have to tell us why you are doing that. And if you want to use interview, definitely you'll be using descriptive. I can't actually explain in depthly about all of this, but I just want to just brush us through. So if you are using interview as your own research method, you have to use descriptive research design. Reason being that that is the template for everything. Then if you want to examine relationship between, I think the question or the research topic I've been saying so far is effect of self-employment on academic performance of students. So if you want to use that kind of topic, you will definitely use correlational research design because you are trying to examine relationship between a particular variable to a particular variable. So we have diverse kinds of research design. Then for number that 3.22, you have to tell us the type of data you are using. We have two major type of data in research. We have quantitative and we have qualitative. Quantitative means that these are the data that you can actually measure that involves numbers. While qualitative is something that you cannot actually measure them, but you can get your answers or your results from what you've gotten. And basically, qualitative is always all about interviews or let's say discussion. So if you want to go for qualitative data, what you are doing is that you are not writing numbers, like putting numbers on an MS Excel, putting numbers using SPSS. You're only giving us answers of the interview questions we've asked people or discussion we've had with people. So from there you can extract your results from the discussion and interview that you've gotten. And for quantitative, you have to probably distribute questionnaire or probably, but basically for quantitative data, you have to use questionnaire basically. So from there, you can be able to use MX Excel to what to explore your data. For 3.3, you have to give us the population, the sample size, and the sampling technique you're using. For somebody like me, when I was doing my research, effect of self-employment and academic performance, I was looking at how many people am I looking at? So that's fine. We have over 25,000 students in class. Fine, that's the population we put up. But then sample size means that what is the exact number of people you are researching on? What is the exact number of people you are giving the questionnaire to? So you have to, on a non-minded student, you have to go through a particular formula, which is n over 1 plus n over plus 1 over n. It's like a normal sample size formula. But then what you are looking at is that you already know that your population is 25,000 students. But in your own app, so what do you want to do? Okay, fine. I'll roughly be doing 1,000 students because I'm focusing on Department of Business Admin and Department of Accounting, and the two departments is just 1,000 students. That's what I have in mind. So if you want to now have an accurate data on what you're doing, you are required as a management student to follow that formula, which is what I've written on my slide. N plus in the bracket n over 1 plus n. So that small n is the sample size you have in your heart, and that big N is the population you have. So if you go through this formula, you will get the exact amount of your sample size. And your sample techniques, how do you want to sample them? The topic is effect of self-employment on academic performance. We are talking about students here, so how do you want to do it? Are you going through, there are diverse kinds of sample techniques. We have simple random techniques, we have purposive, we have cluster. So which one are you doing exactly? So before you can say you want to do one particular, you have to be you have to be very sure of what you're doing and understand the topic very well and type of sample techniques you have. For somebody like me, I have to go through purposive. I can't give somebody that is not into business a student questionnaire to fill. What do you want to fill for me? So I have to select people that do business in business admin. Okay, fine, please take this questionnaire and help me to fill it. That's what we call purposive. You are intentional about those that you want to do the questionnaire to. But random means that I'm giving anyone that I see. Just take me fill it. Just take me fill it because you believe that the topic is related to almost general issues. So that's what we call sampling techniques. Then for 3.4 research instruments. What is the instrument you want to use? So if you are doing quantitative data, definitely you are using questionnaire. So it's not left to you to let us know how you are bringing up your questionnaire, how you want to format your questionnaire for us. And if you are using for qualitative rather, you probably be using focus group, discussion, or interview. So you must tell us in 3.5, in 3.4 kind of research instrument you want to use. So if I'm using quantitative, I'll be using questionnaire, and the other one I'll be using survey or interviews. Then 3.5, you have measurement of variables. How do you want to measure a variable? Once again, my topic is effect of self-employment and academic performance. So the two major variables I have with that topic is self-employment and academic performance. So you have to tell us the variables we have under each topic, each variable. Yeah, I think I told us this in chapter 2, how you can extract variables under your dependent and independent variable. So for self-employment, what am I looking at? I'm looking at businesses. I'm looking at you working as a student and also going to school. Under academic performance, I'm looking at your CGPA or your GPA or the way you relate in class or the way you answer questions. So those are your variables. So you need to tell us how you want to measure them and how you want to go about it. Therefore, 3.C, you tell us why you think the instrument you are using, let's say questionnaire. You want to tell us why you think your questionnaire is valid and reliable. You can say, because I believe I'm using purposive sampling technique. So I am very sure of those I'm giving the questionnaire to. And I also make sure that I collect that questionnaire as soon as we are done. So nobody is taking the questionnaire home to fill. So there's a way you convince your supervisor that, okay, fine, I am very, very reliable, or I'm very sure that this questionnaire I'm using is very, very valid. So give them the reasons why they should feel like your questionnaire is actually valid. Give them reasons that you can actually think of your head. And 3.7, which is the last one we have on that category, that is techniques of data analysis. So what you want, which technique you want to use? This is where the people we call data analysts, this is where they work. So tell us how you want to do it. Basically, for my students, we only use SPSS and MX Excel, so we can explore those apps a lot. So how are you using them? Those software you can actually explore them. So if you are saying that for your own topic you want to use regression analysis, or you want to use inferential, you want to be descriptive, there's a particular thing you need to do on MX Excel and SPSS. But basically, before you can say you want to do anything at all, you need to sort your questionnaire using MS Excel. Probably I will be telling us or brushing us through that in our last session. But then what I'm doing here, I can tell you about that. I'm not saying to the actually. But what I'm saying here is that you need to tell us why you want that technique and what you can actually do. Make sure that everything actually comes in. So if you are telling us that you want to use a particular sampling technique, tell us why you want to use them, why you believe equation analysis is going to solve that problem, and from there you can get your result of discussion. So I don't know if I should further more on chapter 4, or we go through that next week. My phone is already doing somehow. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So for chapter 4, sorry about that. For chapter 4, sorry, I want to go back to my slides. So for chapter 4, we are just telling us the results and the discussion of what you've gotten when you used your regression analysis or you use your descriptive, which I said you'll be using through MS Excel and SPS. So your 4.1 is telling us the response rate. So if, for instance, you gave 40 males the questionnaire to fill, I gave 60 females the questionnaire to fill. So how did you go about it? So when you collected your questionnaire, how many questionnaire did you later collect? So let's say, for instance, you gave 40 male the questionnaire. You have cells on the particular table that questionnaire I gave out is 40 under male, under female is 60. But tell us how much you collected. So how much you gave out, how much you collected. So you now say, okay, fine, questionnaire you collected is 25 under male, 36 under female. So give us a specific number of the questionnaire you gave out and the one you collected, so that we can have a concrete and a very good result when we are trying to analyze the questionnaire. And for 4.2, you are going to tell us the demographic characteristics of those people. Okay, fine. No, the female we have here, who are they? Where are they from? Okay, some female are 25 years to 30 years. Some are 30 to 35. All of these are supposed to be on your questionnaire, but you need to give us a concrete explanation of what you actually gave us. So some female came from Oyo State, some came from Odo, some may came from Kogi, some came from Edo. So give us a concrete explanation on demographic analysis of your your audience. Then 4.3 is talking about our findings. So everything after doing your data analysis of all your questionnaires that you've gotten so far, you need to tell us what you found out. So probably after doing your analysis on SPSS and MX Excel, the numbers you are going to get, this is actually very, very critical, but I will just try to sum it up. In chapter 1, I was talking about hypothesis then. So there's something we call H1 and H0. So after getting everything, after getting all your results, what did you later find out? Did you find out that business or self-employment cannot affect academic performance? Or did you find out that it can affect? So you have to go back to chapter 1 and check your hypothesis. What did you write for your HO? What did you write for your HO? So whatever you write there is what you put it for what you find it. So how did you find out that this cannot be this? How you find out this cannot be this? So you have to give us a concrete explanation based on your results and based on your analysis. So you have to tell us most of the time your finding is always like 3 to 4 pages. 3 to 4 3 to 4 pages. That is the pages you can have for your findings. So you have to tell us a concrete explanation on how you got that. And lastly, we have discussion of findings. So you just almost came to 3.4, but then 3.4 is more explanatory in the sense that you have to refer back to your empirical review. You know, that time I was telling you that you need to go to check those people that have done the topic before, or those that have done something very, very related to it. So you have to go back and tell us that according to Ibukun 2022, she found out that so and so. But according to mine, I found that so and so. So try to relate what you found out to what you have in your empirical review. That's how you can make your 4.3 very, very very, very huge, and you can have much information on your 4.3, on your 4.4. That's what I'm trying to say. So in short, you need to sit down, analyze your data very well, and then give us a very good explanation on what you've gotten. So in our next section, I will be trying to round up and tell us more about how you can summarize what you've gotten, how you can conclude, and what you can write as recommendation. Thank you very much. Let me stop sharing my screen.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Ibuku, for that. So please, do we have any question? Our participants, please, any question? Mr. Blessing, Miss or Mrs. Deborah, Tolu Adekombi, please, do you have any question? Do you have any question for Ms. Ibuku or Mr. Tokwe? Hello.
No question.
Okay, Mr. Blessing, do you have any question?
Hello,
Tolu
Mrs. Peace.
Adekombi. Yes.
Can I ask?
Mrs. Peace or me?
Ask your question.
Please ask your question. Tolu Adekombi, please ask question. Mr. Blessing, please.
Miss President,
question.
ask your question. Blessing, how far with your thesis? I think the last time you said you are just done with chapter 1.
Yes,
Chapter 2, go.
I'm still on it.
Yeah,
And
still
I would
writing.
like to, yes, I'm still on it. I would like to appreciate Mr. Tokpe for sharing with me the chapter 3. So thank you very much, sir. So,
Alright,
I think I have a question.
Go ahead.
And you said that in our discussion, in our results, that we should write a paragraph before displaying our result, maybe in table or in graphs. So can we just pinpoint important ones? In that data, in the chart, you can have like maybe let's say you are comparing like 4 or 5 data together there, that particular table. Can we just highlight maybe the highest and lowest, or just put it in range? Or how can we just go about that one? I think that's the first question for now. So do you get it?
So I got it. So that part, you mean reason for that part is for you to just briefly talk about your results. It's not like you're discussing the whole thing. I got this, I got that. So it's just you pinpointing the most important thing out of your results. Okay, for example, let's take for example now you run extraction with the one I show you guys. So which one has the highest, which one has the lowest? If you maybe you work on antibiogram profiling, you can talk about, you don't have to mention uh all the antibiotics you use. You can just talk about, okay, this particular organism is highly resistant, this is the most susceptible drug, this is most highly resistant drug or to that particular organism. You talk about the percentile of it, the one that has highest, lowest, then you just give overview of it, whether majority has highest, or majority is susceptible, majority is resistance. So like that. You don't have to go in details compressive or write compressively on it. It's just for you to be able to communicate your result effectively in a short paragraph for people to be able to understand it very well. It also serves as a building block for your serve as a building block for your discussion.
Mr. Blessing, are you okay with that answer? With that response? Or does
Yes,
any
ma'am.
other tutor have anything to say? Okay. Do you have any other question? Mr. Blessing,
I'm still thinking about it, ma'am. I'll let you know.
please think fast. Tolu Adekombi, are you here? If you can hear me, please, do you have any question? Do you have anything to say? How is your project going?
Don't come to my DM and ask question. Or mute yourself and
Tolu
ask question.
Adekombi,
Anybody that enter my DM, I'll just swear for the person. Jokingly.
Tolu Adekombi, ask your question now, or forever remain silent.
These are moderator.
Or forever remain silent. Tolu Adekombi, please ask your question. Mr. Christopher has already opened your. So please ask your question here. Ask it now.
No, also another thing is that maybe they might not have question now. Then later, if they go and digest the work, question now comes up. They can reach the question. They can reach out to Mr. Christopher on it, but not like everything. If the question is not yet out now, I can just reach out to him. If you attend to you, don't mind.
Okay.
It's just me with you guys.
Okay, we are okay. No problem. No be me using my mouth talk am. Okay, our fellow tutors. I think Benson was saying he has something to say. Mr. Benson.
I don't have anything
Hello,
to say
Mr.
again.
Benson. You wanted to say something before now. Please say it. Sorry for the interruption then. Before you break
I
my
don't think
head.
he has answered it during his class. Maybe I was not the one flowing. Like I wanted to just chip in this little question. I don't know. Like Meta Tokwe, he was saying some things about those software, those tools, those software used for analyzing data. I don't know if you should just point out to them the ones that are offline and the ones that require them using data. So all those things too should be aware of it.
The
So
one that.
I
Sorry, can you please repeat the question?
like are there some tools that offline, like you work without using your data computation, like you get so
Okay, yeah.
like Excel now, you can use Excel for
Okay, so
computation.
let me share my screen now. Let us go back to. So there are different type. We have server, we have software, we have, so server is different from software. We have pipeline. If you're working on Can we all see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
So like this page now, you can see www. That means that all of them they are web based. So they are web based. Then we have server for our analysis. Okay, maybe for example, we are doing genomics analysis now. You can use Search server for it. So those ones they are server too. Then we have apps. These ones they are web based. You can easily get it online. Oh, so this one, Google Form is online based, database, they are NTA database online based. Then SurveyMonkey is online based. Excel is app, SPSS is app, Strata is app. You can download those one. R, you can download it. R and Python, you can download it. If you want to use R, you first download the R, then you download the R Studio. Then R is important. It's very, I will advise you guys to use R with internet access because you're going to be upgrading almost every time. You're going to be pulled from pull and push. We call it pull and push. If you want to send to maybe your online server or online repositories. So also Python to always make you use it with this quantitative analysis, most of them to their app you can download. PowerPoint you can download any Office product you can easily download it or you buy it and install it on then. So that's all. Let me check whether we have found out here.
Please, can you
So I
go to the
guess
main
that's all.
page of your slide?
Okay.
Thank you. You can take it away. Yeah.
Okay. Any other
Mr. Top-
contribution?
Mr. Tope, I have a
Mr.
question.
Blessing has something to- Okay.
So concerning my question here, should I enter the data using Excel and should I import it into SPSS? Or I should enter the data through SPSS straight? Do you get me, sir?
Okay. Oh, yes. So from your question, I think you make use of manual method to collect your data, right? You didn't use all
Yes,
those
sir.
online form. Okay. So
I
I think the first thing I mean mention is for you to carry out quality control even before you analyze. So you look for the one that is more convenient for you. To me, I will suggest Excel for you to be able to see all your data very well, to be able to perform that quality control on it. Check for the one that has errors and the likes. But anyone that is convenient for you, you can use SPSS also. But anyone that is convenient for you to be able to clean your data very well before you run the analysis.
Sir, how can I go about the quality control? Yes, I think I remember.
Yeah, yeah, okay. You know how in the class depend on how your results look like. You know, the most important is for you to go through the results yourself. Then you convert the results to a result in which digital or system will be able to relate with. Okay, for example, if your answer is only yes or no, like I made mention the other time, you convert the yes to one, no to like that. So then you look for the one that has gaps. Then you know there are some results in which you can't convert to a digital result. For example, in a situation whereby you just ask them to fill in the gap, different people has different way of feeling. Some might feel okay, I went to some like that. So in that way, you just have to check through it whether they fill it correctly, whether there are spelling errors and the likes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other question, Mr. Blessing, or are you still thinking? Mr.
That's all for
Blessing.
now. That's all for now, ma.
Okay. All right. From our fellow tutors, any addition, subtraction? Our fellow tutors, so Mr. Benson, Mr. Olekon is not here again. Mr. Benson and Mr. Christopher. Any Any addition, any
Madam
subtraction?
Tolu, can you unmute yourself? I know you can hear me. Unmute yourself. I have a question for you. Can you hear me or you are pretending? Benson. Master Benson. Oh, I think
Alpha.
he's okay. He's here. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Next week we are going to be
Hello, can you hear
having.
me?
Yeah, I think yes, I can hear you. Next week we are going to be
Yeah.
having the second to the last class, which is the aspect of discussion, a lot more on discussion of the thesis writing. So there is also an aspect that we need to talk about, which is referencing. So I would want you to come up with maybe a 2-page slide on how to go about doing referencing. Or it might be
Me?
that it will just be demonstration. Just demonstration. Maybe there is a software you know how to do, or maybe it's manual. Whichever one, I would want you to just come up with something.
Why? Why are you
Maybe
referring
to
to?
you. Are you scared?
Oh, yeah, you get fine. I'm not scared.
Oh, Mr. Benson is eating bread in this meeting. What an effrontery. Yeah, you are not scared. Anyways, that is by the way. I just wanted to like do something the next meeting, just maybe 10 minutes, just to demonstrate. Then another person that would also demonstrate is Mr. What's it called? He already left. That is Mr. Emmanuel. He's not around. I would want 2 people to demonstrate how to use referencing software because Mr. Topper showed Zotero today. But I know it will be good that we demonstrate again so that people can know how to use it. So to ease, give them the ease of writing and compiling their bibliography at once. So I just want someone to do that. And then after next week, the last class is going to be on application, how to go about applying for graduate school and things you need to do, how to present your data, how to present in seminar and all that. So the last person that is going to take that is Miss Salimat. So prepare your mind, prepare your body, prepare your soul, prepare everything that you have in your resource to attend. I think that's all for tonight.
Oh, is Salim out online on this call?
No, she's not.
No, she's
Okay,
not.
better.
She probably should be in the place that she should be now, if you understand what I mean. So
Okay, okay, I
yeah,
understand. No, yeah,
so yeah, so that's all. I wish us all the best, and please have a lot of water before you go out to protest. And if you are not protesting, please follow them online and comment on posts so that we can know you are really interested in the progress of Nigeria as a country. God bless
a
you
good
and have
citizen.
a wonderful night. Thank you so much from Diaspora.
I used to thank you.